All right, this is part 3 of the coffee shop. We're going to add text now to this. So let's create another new layer right over here, and we'll call this chalky text or chalk text. And let's see, we'll use the paintbrush tool on this one. Oh yeah, and I'm going to, let's see, view rulers, and maybe I'll add a ruler to this so I can kind of help guide me when I handwrite my text. Let's see, maybe we'll keep that width, maybe kind of like that. See, we'll keep the stroke about 15. Let's go into the brush library, and we're going to go under artistic charcoal, and we'll scroll down a bit. We'll select charcoal thick and double click on that, and it should show up over here in your styles. Let's see, under alpha, under our stroke, let's do 100%. We'll choose a yellow. Excuse me. And then we'll try to attempt to draw our logo. And once again, if we want to go back and change some of this, we can, I guess with our selection tool, that just selected the whole letter, so it's like not on the line. I could bring that up, bring these up, maybe bring parts of it down. That's doing each one individually. And you can kind of see I've been getting my my little round thing. If I want to just, I'm going over and I see the roundness. I can just click and drag and move it. Or as opposed, if I actually click on it, then it will give me the box. So if I can just click, it gives me the box. But if I get that little round thing, if I just kind of click and move, so I click and drag on that. And you can also use the subselection tool if you need to. That will give you points. You can move points around. And probably if you wanted to use the width tool also, you could probably do that. Okay. And let's say if you wanted to change the whole thing, I'm going to do the selection tool, and I can just go across all, make sure all your layers are locked underneath. I could do a Command G, and that would group it, that would do it. Or at least creating a group. I'm going to hit Command Z to undo it. You should also be able to do it under the free transform tool if you don't want to group it. You can select each one individually, even parts of it. Okay, and I'll make it a little bit smaller, maybe about there. Now I'm going to go into my text tool, and I'm going to do it with a static text. I'm going to write in here, let's see, we'll call it, do a taste the difference. I'm going to select that text, and I'm going to change the color back over to that yellow. And let's change the alpha to 100%. Yeah, okay. And we're going to add some more text down here. So we'll add the text. And I'm clicking, and I'm just writing the text in there after I click in there. And let's see, the next part we're going to do coffee, and I'm just clicking off, and then I'm clicking back on again, so I'm doing a new text box here. And we'll do this one, pastries. Okay, I'm clicking off. I'm going to click another one, and we'll do this one, free Wi-Fi. All right, now those are too big right now. So I'm going to select all three. I'm going to hit the transform tool, make them smaller. That looks pretty good like that. Now when I grab one, if you notice when I'm moving it to the left, it gives me these little alignment markings. We'll go ahead and put it to the alignment. We'll align this one to the right, align that one to the left. And let's select all three of these again. Let's use this selection tool for that. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to use the alignment tool. So it'll be under Window and Align. And I want those to be kind of evenly spaced. So this one right here, space evenly horizontally. Should do it for us, yes. And we also want to make sure that they're either aligned either on the top or the bottom or through the center. So click one of those. Somehow mine must have already been that way. Let's say we might want to change the color. And the color's right over here. Or the size, you can do it over here also. Or the font. Come over here into this gradient and see if I can find not something too bold. Kind of blends in a little bit. Now, and for this assignment, I know the book talked about going in and setting up some of the dynamic text so you could do web fonts, but we're not going to do that for this assignment. So let's see what else I was going to do. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about last class. I know some people asked about doing a drop shadow. If you want to do something like that, you can go under Modify, Convert to Symbol, and make sure it's a movie clip. We'll call it Logo. Hit OK. And down here under filters, hit the plus sign and we'll say drop shadow, and then you can change all the settings down here, like the strength, the blur, all those different things. Okay, I'm going to save. I'm going to have the text is done, and let's go ahead and create another new layer, and let's create our pattern border at the top and the bottom. So, new layer. Oh, I already did the new layer, sorry. And let's double click, and we'll call this the border. And we're going to use the line tool on this one. Let's go with this mid value over in here, maybe. So 994 D33. And let's see, under style, let's put that back to the line. Let's change this back to just the normal. I guess that one doesn't matter. Well, yeah, that style doesn't matter. Let's go into the style brush library. And let's see, let's under brush patterns, pattern brushes, and let's try dashed, and we'll do dash square. And double click, it should show up over here in the style. And then I come over here to the edge and I will click and drag, and I'm hitting shift so it goes all the way across. I'm going to hit the selection tool and I'm just going to nudge it. Now, you know, sometimes you might get that selection tool and let's click off. If you click off and then you can see that rounded, then you can start, you can change it around if you want to. We really don't want to do that for this. We'll click on the line and we'll create another one for the bottom. So I'm coming down here and I'm hitting the shift, and then I'm clicking and dragging. Okay. Now I'm going to call this finished, and I'm going to go File, Publish Settings, and I have, oh, you know what? This is how we would normally do it. I'm going to cancel out. I forgot. We want to File, Export, and we're going to export image. And let's go to, let's do a JPEG. You could probably also do a PNG, but I'm going to do a JPEG. Over here on the right, you can't see it. It's on the Save button. And this will give me the name. I'm going to call it that same name. And I'm going to call it with a JPEG there. File format down here, you might have to change. If it doesn't say JPEG, you might have to change it. Looks like that's okay. And then we'll hit Save into our assignment folder. And I want to open up my assignment folder. I'm going to select it. We're going to open it, and it looks like it's okay. And that assignment should be done. I might create one more video and go over maybe some other things that might not have been covered with the tools.